No, I agree with the comments of Randy about our workers and Labor Day and the award ceremony we had today. And, you know, they're the front line. They're the ones who are out there and they respond to a call of a tree down on a road, a water issue, a main breaking, whether it's 2 in the morning, middle of the winter, cold, snow, they respond. And it's not just those people that are supporting the infrastructure, it's the sheriffs, it's fire, EMS, and the people behind the scenes that are working the grants that we approve here regularly. It takes a lot of work, okay? People in finance, okay? The people in HR. You know, it's like an engine. You got all kinds of different parts of an engine, but it doesn't run unless you have the carburetor, the water pump, the battery, etc. And you know, we got a good team, and you know, we've worked hard to focus and adjust policies and adapt as we go along to make sure that we're fine-tuning that engine. And you know, I think the product has been good. I think we've done a very good job. And it's thanks to the workers and the advice that we get from folks in finance or elsewhere. So I don't want to leave out our lawyers either, okay? Thanks to everyone that makes this county hum and do good work, and for our citizens who contribute in many ways as volunteers, you know, every day. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Klein?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Also want to send my congratulations to the Police Academy graduate class 10. It was an honor to be there and witness the ceremony and the families and the pinning. Also want to recognize at that time, I believe it was Sergeant Vance Almy, who's now Lieutenant Vance Almy. He received a gold and silver medal at the World Police Fire and Rescue Games in Birmingham, Alabama. As I stated at the event, he not only made Washington County known, but he put us on the globe with those type of awards representing our Sheriff's Department in Washington County. Also, last week went to the Pooch Plunge at Marty Snook Pool, sponsored by the Humane Society of Washington County. Always good to see folks there with their dogs swimming and paddling around. You had to have a smile on your face for that. Also, the other Sunday, I went up to Penmar Park for the annual Everybody's Day performance. Got to give a big shout out to Faye Powers for her years of dedication for putting that together week after week of those concerts at Penmar. Want to make sure our rec department gets recognized for the numerous events they held that day up there. So thanks to all who involved. It was a big crowd. And of course, 102-year-old Jack Myers sang God Bless America. And,
wasn't it 35 years for Faye?
It's over 3 decades, yeah. So also want to congratulate Major Todd Kearns and John Martin on their retirement from the Washington County Sheriff's Department. I attended the luncheon that the Sheriff's Department had for them. Also, the other week I attended the missed it, but came after the grand opening ceremony of the Country Market Diner there at in Boothboro. That's where that one was. So got there. It's good to see that old Crawford's restaurant now become open and viable again. And in conclusion, I do want to thank all the employees who were there for the service awards today, and also give a shout out to our retirees who gave years of service to make Washington County what they are. And to all of our employees, day in, day out, no matter the weather, rain, snow, sleet, or hail, they're there to do the job. So thank you to all of our employees.
Thanks, Commissioner Klein. Good morning, everyone. On my notes also, I wanted to just shout out for Jack Myers, 102 years old. He made the Hagerstown Magazine front cover, and he's quite an individual. The last I talked to him a couple weeks ago at the Peach Festival, he says he still goes dancing every Saturday night, and he's absolutely enjoying life, and just all his accolades in a lifetime, and World War II veteran, and he's just an incredible citizen of Washington County. Not to be redundant, but I also want to thank all the employees of the county government, the years of service, and Likewise, the retirees, they are what makes all of us shine, their dedicated service and hard work. And I just wanted to point out something that's on the back of this morning's program. It says to our employees, but the one sentence that really, as a former owner of a company and an employer and having employees myself and know how important they are and how you reach out to them and support them, and honor their families and their all that they do. This group this morning, the awardees, collectively represents 2,658 years of dedicated service to Washington County and its people and its citizens. So again, I think that's significant. That's an incredible amount of years of service, and Washington County is blessed for it. So thank you very much. Any other commissioner comments that we may have skipped over? Hearing none, I'll turn to staff comments, and Michelle Gordon.
Okay. I will echo some of the comments of commissioners regarding the Employee Service Awards. I'd like to thank our staff for their years of service. I'd also like to thank our HR staff for coordinating this event and recognize all of our exemplary employees. I did meet yesterday with officials from Jefferson County, West Virginia, to discuss mutual aid agreements for providing emergency services to our Maryland and West Virginia residents who have a neighboring border between the counties. We'll have more on that in the coming months. Also attended the grand opening ceremonies for Hitachi Rail. This $100 million project is a manufacturing facility that will create about 500 advanced manufacturing jobs. This facility also will spur growth in feeder companies in the area to sustain around 1,300 total local positions and generate about $350 million in annual wages throughout the region. Their first cars actually rolled out in early July. They are anticipating to construct about 20 rail cars per month. I took a tour of our Public Safety Training Center burn building foundation site, as well as our Swope Road Bridge construction, to see the incredible work of our highways crews, and kudos to them on a job well done. I attended several board meetings. One was the Maryland Theater Events Committee meeting and the Maryland Theater Board meeting. I'd also like to talk about some things that were brought up recently. One thing I wanted to point out, not to state the obvious, is that I mentioned at our last meeting that the Black Rock Golf Course Training Center project is funded 100% with private donations. There are no county funds being used to construct that project. As of April the 1st of 2025, 4 of the 24 jurisdictions in the state of Maryland have utilized their community reinvestment and repair funds, and the remaining 20 are still developing their process. Unrestricted funds from the 9% cannabis sales tax include 5% that are distributed to the county. Of that 5%, if one of the cannabis dispensaries is located within the incorporated boundaries of municipality, 50% of that money must be distributed to that municipality. So far, $122,000 has been dispersed and passed on to the city of Hagerstown from this unrestricted portion. The county will retain 100% of the 5% sales tax from any dispensaries that are located outside the boundaries of an incorporated municipality. Enabling legislation from the state created the CRRF fund from cannabis conversion, one-time fees, and cannabis sales tax. I also want to note that the ongoing sales tax portion may be changed at any time by the state in the future. Those funds are distributed to the county and are represented as restricted cash and restricted cash reserves on the county's financial statements. The county must determine how those funds are spent. The funds are not dedicated to the city or any other municipality, nor is the county required to pass this funding on to a municipality. Because the funds are restricted in the county's financial statements and a CRRF plan has not been developed, no funds have been expensed to date. Conversion fees, as I mentioned earlier, are fees that are collected by the state from medical dispensaries that have converted to recreational use dispensaries, and those are one-time fees. Restricted CRF cannabis sales tax may only be used for community-based initiatives that follow or that focus on low-income or disproportionately impacted areas in zip code 21740. Zip code 21740 includes parts of the city of Hagerstown. It also includes parts of the unincorporated areas of the county which are outside of the city of Hagerstown. The county may retain up to 15% for administration fees or expenses associated with administration of the CRF funds. Money may not be used by the fund for law enforcement agencies or activities. Eligible programs are typically programs that are administered by the county, and funds may be used for the following types of categories. Now, this list is not all-inclusive. Maybe includes for mental health and substance abuse services, education and after-school programs, small business grants, criminal justice reform and reentry, and parks and recreational facilities. The next portion of this, I'm actually quoting from state statute. CRRF may only be used for community-based initiatives intended to benefit these low-income communities. Number 2, funding community-based initiatives that serve disproportionately impacted areas, meaning a geographic area identified by the Office of Social Equity that has had above 150% of the state's 10-year average for cannabis possession charged. And again, that's zip code 21740, inside and outside of the city. And 3, any related administrative expenses. There are also restrictions on this fund. Money expended from CRRF fund may not be used for law enforcement agencies or activities. And 2, it is supplemental to and may not supplant funding that otherwise would be appropriated for pre-existing local government services or programs. So what that means is it cannot be used for your existing operating budget. It may only be used for expansion of services or for new programs. It cannot supplant your existing operating budget. All of this information is located on the Office of Social Equity's website page. And that's everything that I have.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is a proclamation for Washington County Goes Purple. Are we prepared for, is everyone here? Yes. Okay. You want to come on up to the microphone? You want to make opening statements? Or? I do. Okay.
First of all, I just want to say thank you all. I have a challenge coin here from Washington Goes Purple to present to the commissioners, and I just have something really quick to share, and then we can move on.
Okay. Can you give us your name?
I'm sorry, I'm Samantha Boley with Washington Goes Purple.
Thank you, Samantha.
On behalf of Washington Goes Purple and our community partners, we are honored to present this challenge coin to the county commissioners in recognition of Recovery Month. This coin symbolizes unity, resilience, and our shared commitment to breaking the stigma around addiction while supporting recovery. Just as the challenge coin represents membership and solidarity, we offer this as a reminder that recovery is possible, and it takes all of us working together. Thank you for your continued support in making Washington County a community of hope and healing.
Good. Thank you. If you'll come over in front of the flags, I do have a proclamation to present. Proclamation is presented. Washington Goes Purple, National Recovery Month. Whereas National Recovery Month is a national observance held every September to promote and support treatment and recovery practices, the recovery community, the dedication of service providers, and to increase public awareness surrounding mental health and addiction recovery. And whereas Washington Goes Purple is a local movement to bring awareness to this overwhelming epidemic in our community that has resulted in a collection of professionals and volunteers focused on spreading awareness of the danger of misusing prescription pain medication and opioid drugs. And whereas preventing and overcoming mental and substance abuse disorder is essential to achieving healthy lifestyles, both physically and emotionally, and the National Recovery Month continues to educate others about substance use disorders, the effectiveness of treatment and recovery services, and that recovery is possible. Recovery is possible. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Washington County, Maryland, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Washington Goes Purple, National Recovery Month, and urge all citizens to participate in this observance by lighting up their night with purple, the color of recovery, and to spread information on the dangers of opioids and other drugs in our community. Signed this, by all 5 of the county commissioners. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Ready?
Okay, we'll try and get a picture with all the commissioners.
Right.
I'll let you look at this.
Thank you.
One, two, three.
Thanks, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, so September the 20th is our recovery walk at Meredith Park. Excuse me, Mr. Barr, is it okay if I hand this to you? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, like a motion to convene as the Board of Health.
Convene as Board of Health.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Thank you. We are now a Board of Public Health. And first up is True You Maryland Girls Incorporated of Washington County.
Good morning, Commissioners. Earl Stoner from Washington County Health Department.
I'm Maureen Grove with Girls Incorporated.
Stacy Bishop, also with Girls Incorporated.
We are here to recommend funding approval for Girls Inc. for the True You Maryland Adolescent Health Program in the amount of $152,180. They were sole bid that went out. They've actually been doing it for many, many years. And this contract period is from July 1st of 25 through June 30th of 26. And it's 100% funded through Maryland Department of Health, which in essence is federal money that comes down.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ready to vote?
President Barr, I must abstain from this vote. My wife sits on the Board of Directors for Girls, Inc.
Okay. It's sole source.
Sole source,
But, so we need 4 approvals, 4 of the 5. Okay. Noted. All in favor by saying aye.
Do you think he needs to abstain? I guess that would be the question.
Yeah, that's up to Commissioner Leatherman, but I think it's perfectly reasonable in this instance, given his wife's on the board. There was a bid process for this.
correct.
So it wasn't a sole source procurement.
Well, they were the only bid.
They were the only bidder, which is different, so it's fine that Commissioner Leather has abstained. The board can proceed
Okay,
with their
very
vote.
good. Okay, we have motion and a second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
4-1. Okay. Next item under tab 3, Personal Responsibility Education Program, PrEP, Girls, Inc.
And again, we are recommending approval of a contract for $51,264 for this program to Girls, Inc. And again, this would be 100% funded through the Maryland Department of Health, and it's federal funds that come down through them.
Discussion, motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, 4-1 abstention. Next item under tab 4 is sexual risk avoidance education, Girls Inc. of Washington County.
And this would be recommendation for approval of the contract to Girls Inc. for $71,530. And again, as with the others, this is 100% funded through Maryland Department of Health via federal funding.
Discussion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a motion and a second. Ready to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
4-1. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
So I need a motion to go back in as, reconvene as the Board of County Commissioners.
Motion to go back into convening as the board. I'll reset that.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5-0. Next item on the agenda, we're running slightly ahead here under tab 5, construction bid award, concrete foundation for the fire training burn building. Scott Hobbs, good morning.
Good morning, Scott Hobbs, Director of Engineering. This recommendation is for the board to award the concrete foundation for the fire training burn building contract to the lowest responsible bidder, Rockwell Construction Company of Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, for a total sum bid amount of $350,596.30. The project was advertised on the state of Maryland's eMaryland Marketplace Advantage, in the local newspaper, and on the county's electronic bid site. 12 companies downloaded the bid document, and on September 3rd, the county accepted bids. 6 bids were received as listed on the bid tabulation. The bids were in order, and the engineer's estimate was $375,000. This work is part of the construction of the Tactical Village of the Public Safety Training Center. It's to be constructed in phases and will have various training props, structures, buildings, and facilities to simulate real-world conditions and scenarios for police, fire, and emergency services personnel. The steel frame fire training burn building will be erected on the project's reinforced concrete foundation that I'm presenting today. The fire training burn building was presented to the commissioners on April 15th, 2025, and is scheduled for delivery this fall. This is a 60 consecutive calendar day contract with an anticipated notice to proceed later this month. Bids include liquidated damages in the amount of $500 per calendar day beyond the date. The remaining work for the Tactical Village, including paving of the apparatus operator and defensive driving area, will be advertised later this year, and work will continue into next year with all of that site work. The project will utilize available funding from the Burn Building Public Safety Training Center budget BLD 107 and the CIP. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item under tab 6 is Community Rescue Service Substation Request and Funding. Are we maybe not prepared for that one yet? We're about 15 minutes early.
Do we want to take a 15-minute recess?
You want to do that, or is there any chance to move on to a couple of the bid awards for staff here?
Okay.
7, 8, 9.
I don't, yes, I do, I see George, okay. So number 7 is
Okay, I'm sorry,
rescind.
you ready to go? Okay.
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
jump over to tab number 7 then. Rescind bid award PUR 1736, grounds maintenance chemicals for various county departments.
Karen Bakener, buyer in the purchasing department. The first recommendation we have today is to rescind the bid award PUR 1736, grounds maintenance chemicals for various county departments. Move to relieve Heritage Landscape Supply Group Incorporated of McKinney, Texas, from the contract without prejudices for the procurement of grounds maintenance chemicals for various county departments approved by the Board of County Commissioners of Washington County on June 10th, 2025, for the specific listed chemicals on the bid tabulation summary in which they submitted the lowest bid, which was a total of 8 chemicals. Since the award notification, the vendor has been unreachable either by email or telephone to place orders for the chemicals. Several attempts to reach the vendor were made, and a deadline was provided for responding. All were met with no response from the vendor. The county accepted bids for grounds maintenance chemicals on May 21st, 2025. The invitation to bid was advertised on the State of Maryland's eMaryland Marketplace Advantage website, on the county's website, in the local newspaper, and the county's new online bidding platform. The county reserves the right to reject any or all bids and to waive any informality or deficiency in bids received whenever such rejection or waiver is in the best interest of the county. And funds are budgeted for the chemicals in various operating accounts.
Okay. Any discussion, any questions? Motion?
I'd like to make a motion to rescind the bid award PUR 1736.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for rescinding. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. So we'll move on to under tab 8, bid award PUR 1736, ground maintenance chemicals for various county departments.
Karen Baker, buyer in the purchasing department. The second recommendation we have is bid award PUR 1736, grounds maintenance chemicals for various county departments. Move to award the contract to the responsible companies with the lowest bids that meet the specifications for each chemical item as indicated on the bid tabulation summary, due to the rescission of the award to Heritage Landscape Supply Group Incorporated as presented for 8 chemicals. Tie bids were received for item numbers 10 and 12. Therefore, it is required that the chemicals be awarded based on drawing lots in public pursuant to Section 2.9 of the Washington County Procurement Policy Manual. The county accepted bids on May 21st, 2025. The invitation to bid was advertised on the State of Maryland's eMaryland Marketplace Advantage website, on the county's website, in the local newspaper, and on the county's new electronic bidding site. 34 persons or companies registered or downloaded the bid document online. 6 bids were received. This contract provides the needed chemicals for the Black Rock Golf Course, County Highway Department, and Department of Water Quality. The City of Hagerstown may utilize this contract as well. The contract term is 1 year, tentatively commencing July 1st, 2025, and ending June 30th, 2026. And funds are budgeted for the chemicals in various operating accounts. And may I approach for the drawing the tie bids?
Yes.
Commissioner Leatherman, you want to do the first honor?
This one is for item number 12. Headway is the name of the chemical. Thank you. And the vendor is Genesis Turfgrass Incorporated. You want to do the second one? All right, the second one is item number 10, and this is, the chemical is called acetylprin. Okay, acetylprin, item number 10, the winning vendor is Pocono Turf Supply Company Incorporated. Now we're just
Okay.
looking for,
Okay, you finished, Karen. Looking for a motion for approval as submitted.
Motion to approve.
Motion is second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item under tab 9 is intergovernmental cooperative purchase 25-0208, 1 Schwartz A8TE street sweeper for the Department of Stormwater and Watershed Services.
Karen Bachner, buyer in the purchasing department.
Alex Reed, I'm the watershed specialist.
The third recommendation we have is intergovernmental cooperative purchase, INTG-25-0208, for 1 Schwartz A8TE street sweeper for the Department of Stormwater and Watershed Services. Move to authorize by resolution for the Department of Stormwater Watershed Services to purchase 1 2026 Schwartz A8TE street sweeper from Atlantic Machinery Incorporated of Silver Spring, Maryland, in the amount of $484,653, and to utilize another jurisdiction's contract that was awarded by Virginia Sheriff's Association. The Department of Stormwater Watershed Services is requesting to purchase 1 Schwartz A8TE street sweeper to replace the 2018 Schwartz A8TE street sweeper, which will be advertised for sale on Gov Deals. The Code of Public Laws of Washington County, Maryland, 1-106.3 provides that the Board of County Commissioners may procure goods and services through a contract entered into by another governmental entity in accordance with the terms of the contract, regardless of whether the county was a party to the original contract. The county will benefit with direct cost savings in the purchase of this street sweeper because of the economies of scale this buying group leveraged. Funds are budgeted in the Drainage Stormwater Retrofits Capital Improvement Account, DNG 039, for this purchase.
Questions, discussion? Vote. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 5-0. Michelle, are we ready to go back, pick up number 6?
Is Jimmy coming? Okay, then I think we're okay to go back
Okay,
to 6.
so if we'll back up to tab number 6. Let me get there. And this is Community Rescue Service Substation Request and / funding.
Good morning, David Hayes, Director of Emergency Services.
Robert Buck, Chief of Community Rescue Service.
Commissioners, we're here seeking a motion to authorize Community Rescue Service to establish an additional substation which will be located at the Antietam Fire Company station on the north end of Hagerstown. As part of the ongoing process of evaluating potential new service needs and evaluation of daily and hourly call loads was completed, indications show the need to place an additional EMS transport unit within the northern sections of the city of Hagerstown. The approval to do so is needed by the Board of County Commissioners as the authority to having jurisdiction. It's become a regular occurrence where many of the EMS resources from the more rural areas of the county are pulled into the city of Hagerstown. Subsequently, this creates an additional strain on these resources and often depletes the availability of EMS coverage to the citizens within those areas. Fiscal impact is $113,558. That is included in our FY26 operating budget. You have concurrences from myself, the County Administrator, Chief Financial Officer, and James Sprecher of the Washington County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association. Point of note, the Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association has endorsed the establishment of the substation as well. I'll turn it over to Chief Buck if he has any additional comments.
We started running an ambulance out of that station in October of '22. To date, it responds to about 3,500 calls a year from that location. We've seen an improvement in response times in that immediate area, as well as a decrease in, as Director Hayes said, bringing the outer lying county units into the city to respond to the calls. So it's certainly proven its value to us, as well as reducing some of the heavier call load off of the other primary units in the area.
And that's an ALS unit,
Yes, sir.
24/7 ALS.
24/7 ALS. Yes.
And the process that we just outlined follows previous process for establishment of substations and then subsequent requests for funding.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you very
gentlemen.
much.
Thank you, Chief Buck.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we'll turn to tab number 10. Bid award PUR 1737, fire service testing, inspection of hose, pumps, ladders, and aerial devices.
Karen Bickner, buyer in the purchasing department.
Eric Jacobs, Assistant Director, Emergency Services.
The fourth recommendation we have is bid award PUR 1737, fire service testing and inspection of hoses, pumps, ladders, and aerial devices. Move to award the bid under option number 2, Group B, to the responsive responsible bidder, Waterways of Southwest PA, LLC, of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, for a total sum bid price of $57,600.60. Also, move to award the bid under option number 2, Group D, to the responsive responsible bidder, American Test Center Incorporated of River Falls, Wisconsin, for a total sum bid price of $8,600. Tie bids were received under option number 2 for Groups A and C. Therefore, it is required that the services be awarded based on drawing lots in public pursuant to Section 2.9 of the Washington County Procurement Policy Manual. On July 16, 2025, the county issued an invitation to bid for the subject services. The invitation to bid was advertised on the State of Maryland's eMaryland Marketplace Advantage website and on the county's new electronic bidding site. 11 persons or companies viewed the bid document online and 4 bids were received. The contract period is tentatively to begin October 1st, 2025, with an option by the county to renew for up to 2 additional consecutive one-year periods, subject to notice given by the county at least 60 calendar days in advance of each period's expiration date. If the bidder wishes to renew the contract, he or she must submit a letter of intent to the Director of Purchasing at the location designated herein at least 90 calendar days prior to the expiration of each contract period. The county reserves the right to accept or reject any request for renewal and any increase in unit costs for an inspection or testing. All other terms and conditions shall remain unchanged. Funds are budgeted in the Division of Emergency Services operating account for this service. And may I approach again for the tie bids?
Come on,
Yes. Okay.
move that side.
This one is for option number 2, Group C, which is ground ladder testing. And the winning vendor for this one is American Test Center Incorporated.
I yield to the president.
To the president.
Oh, gee whiz.
Thank you.
This one is for option number 2, Group A, which is fire pump testing.
Item just one.
Yep, you got it. All right, thank you. And the winning vendor for this one is IIA Lifting Services Incorporated. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item under tab 11 is contract award PUR 1766.
Wait, I
You need
think
a
you
motion.
need a
There's
Oh.
motions there.
Still need a
or-
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm getting jumpy. We need a motion for approval?
I did have a quick question
Yes.
for Eric. Where do we draft test our pumpers?
So the draft testing is during the pump testing process.
But do you know, where do we physically do it?
Training center.
Oh, they do it at the training center? Do we have an in-the-ground facility, or are we just using portable tanks?
No, they do everything through the NFPA compliance standard. So with that, they bring in their equipment for the process.
So it's not necessary? Good, perfect.
Thank you. We had a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay,
That's to approve both.
Yes.
Okay.
ready to vote? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're ready to move to tab 11, contract award PUR 1766, bulk delivery of road salt.
Karen Baigner, buyer in the purchasing department.
Zane Rao, Deputy Director of Highways.
The last recommendation we have is contract award PUR 1766 for bulk delivery of road salt. Move to award the primary contract for the purchase and delivery of bulk road salt to the responsive bidder, Cargill Incorporated Road Salt Safety of North Olmsted, Ohio, who submitted the price of $76.85 per ton, and to award the secondary contract for the purchase and delivery of bulk road salt to the responsive bidder, Morton Salt Incorporated of Chicago, Illinois, who submitted the price of $78.11 per ton. On July 30th, 2025, the county issued an invitation to bid for bulk road salt. The salt will be purchased on an as-needed basis to be used on county-maintained roads for snow and ice control. The county uses an average of 15,000 tons of road salt annually. The contract period is tentatively to begin October 1st, 2025, and end April 30th, 2026. The above recommendations are for the county's requirements only. The city of Hagerstown shall make its award independently from the county. The county guarantees neither a minimum or maximum quantity of bulk road salt to be purchased under this contract. The invitation to bid was posted on the State of Maryland's eMaryland Marketplace Advantage website and the county's new online bidding website. 13 persons and companies registered or downloaded the bid document online. On August 27th, 2025, a total of 5 bids were received. And funding is available in the department's FY26 operating budget for this service.
Questions, discussion? Okay. Have a motion and a second to approve as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item under tab 12, sole source award PUR 1770, annual support maintenance for all priority dispatch programs for the Department of Emergency Communications.
Good morning, Brandy Kentner, Director of Purchasing.
Alan Matheny, Director of Emergency Management Communications.
The first recommendation I have for you this morning is the sole source award, PUR 1770. Move to award the contract for the purchase of annual support maintenance for all priority dispatch programs for the Department of Emergency Communications to Priority Dispatch out of Salt Lake City, Utah, for a total price of $428,286, which includes an annual maintenance and support for 5 years. The Department of Emergency Services wishes to apply Section 1 through 106.2 A and B of the Code of Public Local Laws of Washington County to this procurement that states a sole source procurement is authorized and permissible when the compatibility of equipment, accessories, or replacement parts is paramount to the consideration, and that is so in this case. This does require 4 out of 5 commissioners to vote in favor of this to move forward. Funding is available in the operating budget for this purchase.
This is for the protocols that we use for police, fire, ambulance. It's their recertification training, it's the original license. We have an academy. This is all included in this contract now by doing it this way.
Training, the testing is all,
Yes, sir.
all encompassing now. Okay, good. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item under tab 13, intergovernmental cooperative purchase 25-0205, purchase of one new T770 T4 Bobcat track loader for the Hagerstown Regional Airport.
Randy Kentner, Director of Purchasing.
Neil Doran, Airport Director.
The next recommendation is the intergovernmental cooperative purchase, INTG 25-0205. Move to authorize by resolution for the Hagerstown Regional Airport to purchase one new Bobcat track loader from Bobcat out of Hagerstown, Maryland, in the amount of $101,084.57. We'd also like the approval to use another jurisdiction's contract, which was awarded by Sourcewell to Clark Equipment. The Code of Public Local Law of Washington County 1 through 106.3 provides that the Board of County Commissioners may procure goods and services through a contract entered into by another government entity as long as we abide by the same terms and conditions of that contract, and we are doing so with this purchase. The airport has never had a piece of equipment like this in their maintenance fleet. The loader will allow for safe access for mowing steep embankments and areas that mowers cannot get to. Additionally, the bucket and the snow bucket, the attachments for this will allow for dirt work and snow plowing. The loader is anticipated to replace 2 existing pieces of equipment. One is a 1982 Ford front-end loader that's been there for about 33 years, and one is a 1994 brush hog that has been in service for about 31 years. If approved, the department will sell the existing equipment on Gov Deals. Funding is available in the capital improvement budget for this purchase.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item under tab 14, intergovernmental cooperative purchase 25-0206, one new 2026 Ford Super Duty F-350 SRW crew cab 4x4 truck with Cannabis snow removal package for the Washington County Transit Department.
Randy Kittner, Director of Purchasing.
Good morning, Sean Harbaugh, Director of Transit.
The next recommendation is the intergovernmental cooperative purchase, INTG-25-0206. Move to authorize by resolution for the Washington County Transit Department to purchase one new 2026 Ford Super Duty crew cab truck with a NAPHEAT snow plow in the amount of $67,383.70 from National Auto Fleet Group. This was awarded by Sourcewell, so this is an intergovernmental cooperative as well. The Washington County Transit Department is requesting the purchase of this truck to replace a 2005 pickup truck that exceeds the county's vehicle and equipment types, usage guidelines, and the Federal Transit Administration standards. The Code of Public Local Law of Washington County provides that the board may enter into a contract awarded by another jurisdiction as long as we abide by the same terms and conditions of that contract. Grant funds to support this purchase are available in the department's budget.
So we'll use it to transport parts from one vendor to another if we need to pick up some parts. We use it to respond to road calls if we have a bus that breaks down or something like that. We have a toolbox on it that we utilize for those reasons.
Okay, any other questions? Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Next item under tab 15, intergovernmental cooperative, 25-0207, fuel management system, Washington County Highway Department.
Randy Kentner, Director of Purchasing.
Zane Round, Deputy Director of Highways.
The next recommendation is the intergovernmental cooperative purchase, INTG-250207. Move to authorize by resolution the approval for the Washington County Highway Department to purchase 3 Islander Prime fuel management systems from PWI out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania, for a total sum of $53,105.19, and to utilize another jurisdiction's contract that was awarded by Sourcewell. The Gasboy Islander Prime provides flexible fueling dispensers that authorize a comprehensive data collection, and it works with the existing cloud management-based software that we currently have in place in the highway departments, I don't know how many locations? 3 of them, 3 locations. The Code of Public Local Law of Washington County provides that the Board of County Commissioners may procure goods and services through a contract awarded by another government entity as long as we abide by the same terms and conditions of that contract. Funding is available in the department's operating budget for this purchase.
Discussion, motion?
I did have a question.
Sure.
Zane, are we dispensing gasoline and diesel at all locations?
We only have diesel at our eastern shop. We do not have gas there.
Okay.
All the other locations do have both.
Okay, and is it electrically dispensed? Or
Yes.
is it manually? Do we have any manual?
I have to check. Our western shop used to have a gas cube, which was a hand crank.
Okay,
But I think now we are a regular pump one.
okay, that's just western location.
Correct, and that site we're working on trying to get that upgraded as far as the tanks and the pumps.
Are they above ground?
3 are above ground. The western shop, the diesel and the heating oil are in ground, so they will be coming.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shane. Next item under tab 16, intergovernmental cooperative purchase 25-0198, Laserfish renewal agreement for information technology.
Randy Kentner, Director of Purchasing.
Joshua O'Neill, Chief Technical Officer, Information Systems.
The next recommendation after you is the intergovernmental cooperative purchase, INTG-25-0198. Move to authorize by resolution the approval for the Information Technologies Department to enter into a 1-year contract for Laserfish support and subscription. The agreement is for a total sum of $73,987.16 from MCCI out of Tallahassee, Florida, based on a contract awarded by Omnia National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance. The agreement covers various types of annual Laserfish support and subscription. The Laserfish platform has allowed for our manual processes to be streamlined in an elegant digital workflow, which increases accessibility and searchability. Using digital forms and standardized processes saves time on printing documents and maintaining hard copies. Section 106.3 of the Public Laws of Washington County authorize the county to procure goods and services through a contract entered into by another government entity, as long as we abide by the terms and conditions of that contract, and we are doing so. Funds are budgeted in the department's operating budget for this service.
Discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item under tab 17 is Sole Source Procurement Award, PUR 1762, for Healthy Families Home Visiting Services.
Randy Kentner, Director of Purchasing.
Richard Lesh, Grant Manager, Office of Grant Management.
The last recommendation I have for you is the Sole Source Procurement Award, PUR 1762. Motion to approve a sole source procurement to the Washington County Health Department in the amount of $250,232.50 for an evidence-based home visiting service aligning with Maryland's goals for early childhood development and poverty reduction. The Maryland State Department of Education and the Washington County Local Management Board both approve of the program and the funding. The Healthy's Family Home Visiting Program is a comprehensive program modeled after a nationally renowned initiative. The goals of the program are to prevent child maltreatment through early intervention, promote healthy growth, development, and strengthening the parent-child relationship. This is contract is for a period of 1 year with 4 additional one-year renewals. The Office of Grant Management wishes to apply Section 1 through 106.2A and 1 to the Code of Public Local Laws of Washington County to the procurement. This section states that a sole source procurement is authorized and permissible when only one source exists that meets the county's requirements. This does require 4 out of 5 commissioners to approve to move forward, and there is no county funds needed for this service.
Questions, discussion? Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion is second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is under tab 18, FY26 Capital Budget Adjustment, ARPA.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kelsey Mace, Chief Financial Officer. First item I have for you is an FY26 capital budget adjustment for ARPA funding. Staff is requesting approval to reallocate ARPA funds in the amount of $277,227. The remaining funds are left over in our Sharpsburg Well project, and staff is requesting to transfer $230,436 from that project to the Sharpsburg Water Meter Cradle Replacement Project and $46,791 to the Smithsburg Wastewater Treatment Plant Project. Both of these projects were previously allocated portions of ARPA funds. The budget transfer will not increase the overall project budgets, but will replace the use of water and sewer funds that will then be placed in reserves for future use.
Very good. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item under tab 19, FY26 Capital Budget Adjustment, Water Fund. Kelsey?
So the second item I have for you is an FY26 capital budget adjustment for the water fund. Staff is requesting approval of a budget adjustment transfer of $50,000 of water capital reserves to the General Water Treatment Plant Upgrades Project TRP 025. On April 24th, 2024, the Board of County Commissioners and Mayor and Council of Brunswick executed an agreement that the City of Brunswick would provide water to the Sandy Hook area in the event that the county's wells were not sufficient to meet supply requirements. Staff is requesting to use capital reserves in the water fund to pay the City of Brunswick $50,000 to reserve this capacity for this purpose.
And this is a one-time cost, right?
One time? Yes.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion is second to approve as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Thank you. Moving right along, item under tab 20, FY25 Access of Revenues.
Thought. Came with that thought. Go ahead.
No, we're ready.
Morning again, Kelsey Mace, Chief Financial Officer. The preliminary results for FY25 in the general fund shows an excess of revenues over expenditures. And I'm going to update some numbers on here because they are fluctuating a little bit, of $20.6 million. This excess represents 4.8% of the FY25 approved budget of $434.1 million. An estimated $8.6 million of the excess is being requested to maintain a cash reserve of 25% in the general fund. So staff is recommending allocating $5 million of this excess to the pension fund and up to $7.5 million to the capital reserve fund for future use. It is best practice that excess funds be used for one-time costs and not ongoing operating expenses. A more detailed review of the general fund results for FY25 will be presented after the audit is complete and all final adjustments have been made.
I have a suggestion. The $7.5 million for the capital reserve fund for one-time costs. One of the things that's been brought to my attention lately, that our reserve fleet, all three of our engines are out being used. And at any given time, all three ambulances are out. It's going to be my suggestion that we take some of that $7.5 million reserve fund and order another fire truck and or an ambulance. And Commissioner Hayes can verify, Director Hayes, you got demoted, sorry about that.
We're not going there.
Sorry. It takes 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
And the need for that fourth ambulance or fourth fire truck is today. So it would be my suggestion that the commissioners determine X amount of dollars to put into the reserve fleet and purchase another fire truck and or ambulance, if I can get some support.
With the 12 to 18-month lead time, it makes sense to allocate money this fiscal year because we would need to make a down payment with any purchase request.
That makes sense, and I would support that.
How much would we want to?
That was a question I had for Kelsey. What's your suggestion of that 7.5 million to meet our needs on that?
And do we buy an ambulance and a fire truck? I mean, that's.
And before we get into real numbers, one of the things that I think is we've done in the past is we put 1 or 1.5 million to boost the agricultural conservation program so that we can, more aggressively move to protect endangered farmland. So
We have two items.
two items that we'd like for consideration by staff.
For the ambulance reserve, or for fire and ambulance reserve, I would recommend at least $1 million.
At least.
And then $1 million for land preservation in addition to what
That
we
would be
already
good.
do.
Could we, I'm in agreement by all means, but
Dave, come forward.
I was thinking more actually. But
He's better versed on what they're going for right now.
Yeah, if you're looking at an additional fire apparatus, the truck alone will be about $1.1 million. We're gonna need about 1.4, 1.5 to actually equip it to the same level that the current ones are. If you're looking at an ambulance, you're probably looking equipped at 500. So those are the numbers I would have. The lead times are actually somewhat longer than 18 to 24 months. That's probably close for an ambulance, but a piece of fire apparatus is typically 36 to 40.
So one.
And what's the down payment required?
So what we've done historically, we've been able to prepay the contract. And as an example, on the fire apparatus, that's roughly $150,000 or $200,000 savings.
Well,
The prices keep going up, I
So
think.
$2 million.
I think $2 million. I think both are important. One is just as important as the other to have, especially if that lead time and need is today,
We
not.
can start at the $2 million if that's where you're going. There should be some prepayment savings that we can execute, but I can't tell you that until we get into the actual contract.
so 2 million's a good start.
Okay.
We agree on the $2 million for them and
Yeah.
come back for your suggestion.
Motion, do we need a motion?
So I'll make a motion for the $2 million out of the 7.5.
Are we going to do each one separate?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do each one separate.
Motion and second for $2 million
Thank
for
you.
fire apparatus.
Could
Ready to vote?
could I enter in this discussion also? Go ahead and finish that motion? Yes?
We go ahead and vote?
No, this is a separate topic, but also about this
Okay, we have a
spending.
motion. I'm sorry?
Who was the second?
Second is me.
Eric was second. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Okay.
Okay, since we have this excess that we're contemplating, I wholeheartedly endorse what Jeff just suggested. For example, I know that currently 2 of our engines are in service. One's running out of Station 10, Funkstown. The other one's running out of Station 13, Morgansville. Another one's currently being tested, but they are utilized constantly. I mean, they're passing us on the highways. And they're serving the public, so absolutely concur and support that action. Additionally, I'd like to plant a seed for South County Public Roads Maintenance Facility. Needs a little work. We need a coat of paint on that building, and we also need a shed for them to store equipment in, and I'd like for you to contemplate that as a spending option for us. So I'm planting that seed. I hope I'm in the right place to be doing that in time, but I'd like for that to be considered.
And by shed, do you mean like a large pole barn type of
Large
structure? which is
three-sided pole barn that equipment.
$200,000 to $500,000.
Probably not even that much, probably less than that, for them to place equipment in, because currently we have equipment stored out in the weather.
We're constructing a similar pole barn at the Ag Center that's not enclosed, so.
It's like $100,000.
Right, so,
Would that come out of their existing budget?
well, this could come out of CIP as well,
One time.
as a one-time use, yes.
But just a consideration, I know that it's a need, so.
Not to stampede this, but I think I got complaints on the under transfer station down there. Where's that? Keedysville? What's the name of that one, Jeff?
That's the one, you mean?
You're talking about the one in Dargan area, right?
No, you're talking.
No, I'm talking about Keedysville Highway. Keedysville Highway.
Hit the fence and hit the wall. I think we're getting ready to do improvements anyway because of.
We had that discussion already,
So-
Jeff, right?
I think an appropriate number would be 300,000, that would be sufficient,
Oh, more than sufficient, I would think.
300,000.
More than sufficient.
Do you want to make a motion?
I do want to make a motion. So the motion is to provide $300,000 in funding to South County, up to $300,000 in funding for the South County Maintenance Facility, for a pole barn, for the storage of equipment, for road maintenance, and also for a coat of paint on that building.
Second.
Is that a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second for the motion. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Mr. Harvey.
Make a motion to contribute, as we have in the past, an additional $1 million for agricultural preservation, utilizing the state ag preservation.
That's a one-time million.
One time.
I'll second that motion.
Any other? Okay, we have a motion for $1 million for the Ag Preservation Program. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you, Commissioner Harvey. Okay.
So, staff was recommending $5 million for the pension fund.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Everything else is fine. You need a motion to approve the other? Is that
If
what
I
you're
could get
asking?
one more motion to approve, $5 million for the pension fund, and then whatever is remaining above what I need for the cash reserve can then go into the capital reserve.
To the pension.
The pension fund, which will continue to improve our status there.
When someone seconds, I got a question, that's all.
Second.
Yes.
What's that put us at, another 5 million, 80 or more?
It'll increase it by about 1% or 2%, so we're at currently 79%, 79.8%, so it'll put us around 81%. Of course, our goal should be 100%.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, ready to vote? We have a motion and a second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Below 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, ready to move on to the next item? Tab number 21, amendment of job creation and capital investment, real property, JCRP tax credit program.
Hello, Commissioners. Rosalinda Pasquale, Deputy County Attorney.
Linda Spence, Financial Program Administrator for the Department of Business and Economic Development.
So we are here today to request a motion to approve the ordinance amending the JCRP program, as well as a resolution regulating the administration of the program. Our JCRP program is authorized by Section 9323F of the Tax Property Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland. The General Assembly approved legislation to revise this statute, and now the county ordinance needs to be revised in accordance with these legislative updates. Changes to the JCRP program were recommended by the Department of Business and Economic Development to create more concise and effective tax credit programs that also financially benefit the county. This program is enabled by the state statute, which requires certain changes to be made legislatively. At the most recent legislative session, the county requested the General Assembly revise Section 9323F to meet the changing needs of the county. The General Assembly approved the new legislation adopting the changes to the enabling statute, which included adding renovated premises to the definition of eligible properties, requiring greater amounts of capital investments in the program's third tier, and requiring greater number of jobs created to qualify for the program in all three tiers. The ordinance allows the board to adopt regulations in administering the program, which is why we have the resolution as well to outline, there's actually two regulations we are requesting to be administered there. One is to ensure that the businesses in the enterprise zone will use their enterprise zone incentives and not this program, as well as regulate the amount of wages for the third tier program, which would require that 80% of the employees or the full-time positions that qualify someone in a business in the third tier would pay 80% of those employees at 200% of the federal minimum wage.
State minimum wage.
State minimum wage. Okay, my apologies.
The impact? The impact is, the outcome is to create a higher wage for our citizens based on this incentive program.
Okay, other questions? Motions? Or a motion? Okay. You have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Silence.
We have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. I believe, anyway. Next item is under tab 22, repealing of pad-ready site stimulus program and the new jobs tax credit program.
Rosalinda Pasquale, Deputy County Attorney.
Linda Spence, Financial Programs Administrator for the Department of Business and Economic Development.
So we are here today to request a motion to approve two resolutions, one to repeal the pad-ready site stimulus program. One resolution to repeal the pad-ready site stimulus program and one ordinance repealing the new jobs tax credit program. The pad-ready site stimulus program and the new jobs tax credit program are redundant with the JCRP program. Additionally, changes in the JCRP program have been proposed and obviously accepted here today. The Department of Business and Economic Development have recommended changes to these three tax credit programs to better meet the needs of the county. Now, with the approval of the JCRP program through the General Assembly and you all here today, the pad-ready site stimulus program and the new jobs tax credit program have been, correct me if I'm wrong, Linda, historically underutilized and are redundant to the JCRP, so they sort of become unnecessary.
Correct.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item, I think we're ready. Under tab 23, reclassification of deputy position to sergeant position.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chip Rose, the Director of Human Resources.
Good morning. Joel Footen, Commander of the Patrol Division for the Sheriff's Office.
Staff is seeking approval to reclassify a deputy position to the rank of sergeant. The Sheriff's Office is creating a special enforcement unit and requires a sergeant's position to supervise that unit. The special enforcement unit will concentrate in high-crime areas within the county. They will be able to address traffic complaints, thefts from motor vehicles, residential thefts, and attend community events. Since his appointment, the sheriff has eliminated 3 sergeant positions and 1 lieutenant position. All 4 were moved back to deputy positions, and they just need to reclaim one of these positions for the sergeant position. The financial impact is less than $10,000 a year.
Second.
Motion and second for approval as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you. Next item under tab 24, Assistant Maintenance Supervisor offer, William Blair.
Chip Rose, Director of Human Resources.
Mark Bradshaw, Director of Environmental Management.
Staff is seeking consensus to offer William Blair the position of 930 Assistant Maintenance Supervisor. The offer would be a grade 13, step 12, at a salary of $85,904 per year. William has been employed with Washington County for 24 years, and throughout that time, he's continually grown in his knowledge and abilities. He started as a utility worker, risen to oversee the pump shop as a system mechanic 3. He's continued to improve his skills by attending supervisory classes, water, wastewater equipment training, maintenance seminars, and has obtained a wastewater collection license. If you'll approve this offer, we'd also ask permission to backfill Williams' current role of the System Mechanics 3, which is a step 12, grades 12, step 1.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, seconded for the hiring as well as the backfill.
Yep.
Okay, you're second. Okay. Motion is second on the floor to approve as submitted and requested. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you, Mark. Next item under, hold on, I flipped the page. Under tab 25, reclassification of permit system specialist, grade 11, as permit operations manager, grade 13.
Chip Rose, Director of Human Resources.
Greg Cartret, Director of Permits Inspections, Code Official.
Staff is seeking approval to create a permits operation manager, which is a grade 13, for the permits and inspection organization. The permit system specialist was originally created to assist the chief of permitting in our permitting systems, which were Acela, ePlanSoft, Citizen Access, et cetera. As the department has taken on additional responsibilities, the leaders are rethinking this role, and they see a broader operational responsibility that this position could take on. We're asking for your support to repurpose the grade 11 permit system specialist as a grade 13 permits operations manager. Greg is here to answer any questions you might have about the responsibilities from the organization.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion and second to approve as submitted. Ready to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And is,
Yes, she's here.
I didn't see her. Oh, over here. Okay, under tab 26, it's my pleasure to introduce Kelsey Cadle and the Agricultural Faces of Farming.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kelsey Cadle, Agricultural Business Specialist with the Department of Business and Economic Development. With a rich agricultural heritage and nearly 900 operating family farms, Washington County is built on generations of hard work, resilience, and a deep connection to the land. These farms play a vital role in sustaining both our local economy and our way of life. A shining example is our current Farm of the Year, a working dairy farm and orchard that also operates a farm stand, inviting the community to connect directly with the local food and farming. As they near the end of their term, their dedication to community involvement reflect some of the best of Washington County agriculture. The other video will be the start of a short video series highlighting the variety of species and livestock featured here this year at our county fair. Beyond showcasing the animals themselves, it will illustrate the expertise required of the farmers who raise these livestock, the skills in animal health, nutrition, and care that are critical to successful farming. By capturing both the animals and the farmers' dedication, these videos aim to deepen the public appreciation for agriculture while underscoring the county fair's role as both an educational platform and a celebration of local farming. PR, can you play the videos, please?
So I'm Brian Forsyth. This is Linden Hall Farm. It's been in the family since about 1875. It's 166 acres, dairy and orchard. And then we are also the 2024-2025 Farm of the Year.
Getting that recognition, it just feels like a huge honor. It feels like, the local community can kind of see all the hard work and efforts that we put into the store and our outreach. Growing up on a dairy farm, I was very passionate about our cows, especially our brown Swiss cows, so I brought some of the herd here when I moved here. And then I always had a passion for sharing agriculture with the local community and teaching anyone I could about what we did on a farm. So I brought that passion here when I moved here, and I handle the marketing side of everything we do here in the orchard and the dairy farm.
My great-great-great-grandparents bought it from their cousin at an auction in 1917, and he had it from about 1875 prior to that. To my knowledge, it's had an orchard on it for when they bought it in 1970. Now, granted, it wasn't in the greatest of shape, so my grandfather really brought that back to life, but it's always had crops and cattle on it.
So we really try to outreach to the younger generation coming into the community. One of my friends is a school teacher out in California, and she's from this local area, and she wanted to bring agriculture out there. So about 3 years ago, she asked us to start doing virtual tours with her 4th grade classroom out there. And out there, it started growing that different classrooms would start joining her. And I decided to advertise that we did it like virtual tours on our website and our Facebook. And we had a virtual school reach out to us. They have kindergarten through 12th grade, and they have students from all over the country. And so we have been doing virtual tours with them throughout the season and touching on different agriculture topics. And typically there's 600 kids on the call from around the entire United States.
I was previously a 4-H'er here at the Washington County Ag Expo, but now I've been promoted to a judge. I'm with my family's dairy farm, Crownstone Farm. The best way I can describe the dairy show is what we're looking for is cows are kind of like athletes, so we don't want them to be too under-conditioned or over-conditioned. We want them to be just right. We're always looking for straight backs, walk on a good set of feet and legs to carry themselves around the ring well. We're always looking for, if they have udders, to be nice and full. If they have a lot of milk, that's a good sign. That means that they will produce a lot and they're just a high-performing athlete.
The difference between a cow and a heifer is a cow has had her baby, she's producing milk. A heifer is a young female that has not had a baby yet. And then the steer is a castrated male, so they cannot breed anything. They are pretty much just for beef.
I'm Parker DeBall. I'm from DeBall Farms. I have a dairy steer, dairy Jersey, and Holstein. I always looked up to my cousins when they started showing ever since I was younger. And then when I got to the age, just the community being around 4-H and just overall good time of getting to show and being competitive.
Hi, my name is Skylar, and this is my cow, Emery. Whenever you're showing a cow, you have to square your feet. And they're also looking for your cow's head to be up.
You have different classes for every single breed, and then they'll come in and compete against each other. And then all the heifers will be in different breeds, and you can compete for Grand and Supreme. Supreme is overall, so it's all the breeds put together to see who's the best of the best of the best.
Very nice. Thank you, Kelsey.
Very nice.
Good job. Okay, with that, looking for a motion to go into closed session for the reasons stated.
Closed session.
Is that a second over there? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Let me take a 10-minute recess.